Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I would like to deliver our research paper under the title Evaluation of Leaf Area Index in the Rice Grow Phase using UAV images. My name is Yuti Jihamerti. I'm from Food Crops Research Center. For introduction, leaf area index is an important indicator. It is a reliable parameter for the plant growth because the biophysical parameters that reflect the biochemical and physiological process of plants. LAI mapping is important for a wide range of agricultural studies, such as the stress evaluation, growth status monitoring, and yield estimation. LAI measurements are derived into a process. The first one is direct method. Direct method will in situ approach that is ground-based method for the leaf area index measurement at site and stand or probe scales destructively or optically. But unfortunately, this approach have weaknesses that are time-consuming, labor-intensive, and sample-based measurement are spatially disjoint. On the other hand, indirect methods that employ remote sensors or satellites or UAV, they are able to measure surface reflectance spatially, quickly, also time and labor efficiency. Many efforts have been made to assess LAI within statistically relationship with spectral vegetation indices. Accordingly, the purpose of this research is to evaluate indirect method based on UAV image in measuring the leaf area index in the rice plant growth phase. This research conducted on two research sites that are Cianjur district in the West Java province and the Bali province. In the Bali province, we conducted the research in rainy season and the dry season 2018. In the rainy season, data was taken in the February, and in the dry season, data was taken in September in a different location and a different growth stage. For the ground check data, we marking checkpoint by GPS, measurement LAI in the GPS point by Liker LAI 2200, pest and disease intensity by pest observer. And drone data we taken by drone Phantom 3, camera Sequoia, software to take image by drone is Atlas Flight. We also conducted the research in the West Java province, the Cianjur district, with the same method with Bali province. But in the rainy season, data was taken in April, and the dry season, data was taken in September. For the ground check data and drone data, we conducted the same method with the Bali province. This is how we get the drone data or images data. Firstly, we make the field boundaries from the application to set the drone altitude, overlap, side lap, and speed. After that, we fly the drone, and the drone will fly automatically fly automatically in the line that we made before. After that, the drone will take the pictures, the thousands pictures, and then we have to combine the image, and then the processing the image become RGB image and the multispectral image. From the multispectral image, we can calculate vegetation index. In this research, we employed NDVI, the NDVI, foreign age, and AVI2 with this equation. Here are the results. The results show that the leaf area index increased as the growth stage progresses from transplanting to the dough grain. And then when the rice reaches the ripening stage, the LAI will decrease. It's done in the dry season. But in the dry season, LAI will increase from the transplanting to the ripening. Also from this graph, we can know that the LAI in the dry season is lower than the rainy season. It is because of the water availability was sufficient in the rainy season to grow the rice optimum. Vegetation index used to analyze the vegetation condition in the region. NDVI was commonly used to evaluating LAI, and FEI2 was developed from FEI for a sensor with no blue band. This graph shows that NDVI and FEI2 increase as an LAI rises. And it means both NDVI or FEI2 perform quite well in terms of representing LAI on a farm scale or location scale and at each observation point. Relationship between NDVI and FEI2 with LAI at each observation point are lower than on farm scale or location scale. This is what I mean about each observation point. You can see here the small dot here. This is the GPS point. In this GPS point, we conducted measurement of the LAI, SPAD, and then the pace, and this is. This is the relationship between SPAD and vegetation indices. From this graph, we can know that the GNDVI has the highest determination coefficient. It means that the GNDVI was more sensible than NDVI and very red edge to identify different concentration rates of chlorophyll. However, the relation seems to be affected by the relation between SPAD and LAI, as you can see in these graphs. So further data and analysis is required. Ladies and gentlemen, from all the points that I've been delivered, we made a conclusion that our leaf area index increased as the growth stage progressed from transplanting to the drought stage, and the decrease when the rice plant reaching the ripening stage in the dry season. While in the rainy season, LAI increased from the transplanting to the ripening stage. NDVI is not enough accurate to evaluate LAI at each observation point, but could average LAI on the farm scale or location scale. Vegetation index show a positive correlation with SPAD, but the relation seems to be affected that relation between SPAD and LAI. So further data and analysis are required. That is all of our presentation on this first International Conference on Food and Agricultural Science 2022. I would like to say thank you for Indonesia Ministry of Agriculture, Muning Balit KB Experiment Field, Agricultural Research Development Agency Indonesia, SATREPS, and CERES. Also, I would like to say thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.